Hello. What do you know about foster care and adoption? A lot of people think they know a thing or two about foster care and adoption and actually have incorrect information. Where does this information come from? A lot of times from word of mouth, a lot of times from movies, TV, Hollywood. And the truth of the matter is, Hollywood was created for entertainment purposes, not to improve a system that is supposed to be helping children and families. Now, if you are really concerned about helping children and families that are involved in foster care and adoption, you would get your information from those of us with lived experience. And I'm talking former foster youth, adult adoptees that have lived through the system, not just read about it, not just heard about it, not just had some ideas or feelings about it, but lived through it. My name is Marika Goolsby. I'm a former foster youth and an adoptee. I wrote a book about my time in care. It is available for pre-order. My link is in my bio. Do check that out. Get your copy so you can get information from someone who lived through the system. I lived through the system. I survived it. I survived the types of abuse no child should go through, and I wrote about it in this book. I wrote this book for 3 different reasons. 1, inspire. I hope this book inspires other people with lived experience to tell their stories. Education. I hope to educate people that have no idea about the system, about what is going on and why they should get involved in reform and improving the system. And I hope this book serves as an example of why reform is needed so we can prevent future harm. So I wrote this book for 3 different reasons: inspiration, education, and prevention. Get your pre-order as soon as you can. A flower called Orphan Girl, a flower called Orphan Girl, a flower called Orphan Girl is my memoir about my time in foster care and with being adopted. And the thing I always like to point out to people is that my story is not that unique. If my story was just some fluke situation that never happens to anybody else, and I would just be like, you know what, too bad, too sad, sucks for me, this never usually happens. And I would just be on my healing journey, and that's that. But because I have talked to so many former foster youth and adoptees, all of us have had different experiences, different circumstances, but there's so many common threads among all of our stories until it's just, it lets me know that the system is flawed. The system is not doing what it claims that it was designed to do. And it's up to all of us to care enough to change. So we say we believe the children are the future, but then our action and words do not match when we have a system that creates stories like this. So please do your part, or do anything you can to listen to former foster youth and adoptees and figure out what organization that you feel comfortable with joining to make a difference, to make a change after listening to those of us with lived experience. Because we're going to tell you exactly where the flaws are, where the holes are, where we were let down. Marika Goolsby, former foster youth and adoptee, wrote a memoir called A Flower Called Orphan Girl about my experience in care with being a foster child and an adoptee. The book, my memoir, is available for pre-order. Get your copy today, now if you can. The link is in my bio. I hope you have a good night and live your wild and wonderful life. That's definitely what I'm doing now, finally. After years and years of a variety of healing modalities, just now strong enough to talk about what happened, just now strong enough to share my story with the world, ditch the shame, heal myself, heal someone else, stop protecting my abusers by keeping the secret. Yeah. Live your wild and wonderful life. Good night.